Hi there. Welcome to That's English.
Today's documentary focuses on dogs which are taught specific skills to assist people with disabilities.
You'll see how the dogs are trained to communicate with their owners using different commands and signals.
And you'll meet Joe, who is confined to a wheelchair.
As you watch the documentary, answer this question. In what ways does Darby help Jo in her daily life?
A mum with children and a busy schedule needs eyes in the back of her head and great amounts of energy. She makes sure the kids have clean clothes, do their homework properly, and sit down to a meal at the end of the day. So when Jo Hill was badly injured in a car accident and could no longer walk, she was unable to perform many of the simplest domestic tasks most people take for granted because she was confined to a wheelchair. Until she met Darby. This 3-year-old dog is one of many hundreds trained by an organisation called Canine Partners. They are taught specific skills to assist people with disabilities.
Good girl, well done.
The trainers use hand signals and other communication tools to teach dogs a variety of practical tasks for their owners. For example, taking cash from an ATM or unloading a washing machine.
Bring it here, Mac. Oh, good boy. Get the last bit. Get it. Yay. Bring it here.
The number of tasks he does for me just gets longer and longer. You get opening and closing doors, fetching and carrying things, getting help, taking messages. It just goes on and on. The longer Darby and I are together, the more we learn things together and the more tasks he can do. So, for example, now he can pick something up for me and put it into a bucket. And he then carries the bucket to where I want him to go. Before I had Darby, I had to have somebody in the house the whole time to help me, to help with the house, to help with the children, the family. I now don't have to have somebody in the house all the time. I still need a lot of care and help, and I accept that fully, but he's given me my privacy back apart from anything else.
It requires a huge amount of training and patience to get a dog to do this work. Elaine Potter has been a trainer at Canine Partners for 6 years. She teaches these dogs to recognise various signals, both verbal and non-verbal.
At 8 weeks old, the puppies go into the homes with their puppy parents, and they will stay in the puppy homes until they're about 14 months old, when they will go into advanced training. They come into class once a week, where I do the basic lessons with them. What we do is touch, tug and retrieve. The touch is where we get the dogs to touch the puppy parent's hand with their nose. The tug is where we get the dog to tug on a toy and they tug backwards. And the retrieve is that we'll put items on the floor like a purse for the dog to pick up.
Come on, bring it here. Good girl. Yes, good girl. Well done.
The dogs are taught to walk around a chair, so that they learn where to stand and walk when they're with their owner in a wheelchair.
The dog obviously needs to be in the right position before they can go through a door.
Get it. Tap, tap. Tap, tap. Good boy. Good. Sit. Good lad.
When the puppies are between 14 and 16 months old, they graduate to an advanced training centre. Here they are taught more complicated signals and tasks. They are also matched to a new owner and taught extra skills specific to that person's requirements. The dog and its owner stay at the training centre together for 2 weeks before they are allowed to go home. This gives them the time to get to know each other and to learn how to communicate using the different commands. By the time they are ready to leave, owner and dog are able to communicate with each other through the use of non-verbal signals.
Good. Bring it here. Good boy.
We're a close and open family, and the children are much more independent because I'm in the wheelchair. What I hadn't appreciated was that they didn't see me as capable or achieving. And that's only come to light, actually, since having Darby, because they now see me as capable, much a stronger person. The children feel they can go out on their own more and leave me at home.
What an inspiring documentary.
Yes, it was. I was amazed to see how many tasks the dogs could perform. What about our question? In what ways does Darby help Jo in her daily life?
You get opening and closing doors, fetching and carrying things, getting help, taking messages. He's given me my privacy back, apart from anything else.
So, Darby can open and close doors, fetch and carry things, and get help and take messages.
And he's also given Jo her privacy back, as she doesn't need to depend so much on others. With a few signals, verbal and non-verbal, she gets a lot of help from Darby.
Let's move on from dogs to humans. We asked our international friends, which non-verbal gestures are commonly used in your country?
Here's what they said.
Our non-verbal gestures tend to be the same as those in Britain. So we might wave, we might shrug if we don't know something. The only exception may be some of our Maori gestures. So we might go like this as part of a Maori greeting, or we might go like, ah, that, at the end of one of our songs or our dances.
I think yes, no, so, rock and roll, and peace.
I would say a very firm handshake would be a very important gesture in South Africa, especially in the business industry. Winking, when you are joking around with people or you are looking at a family member across the room and just, saying good luck to them or you're doing well. And also, a light tap on the shoulder. How are you doing? Great to see you again.
Jamaica doesn't have a lot of non-verbal gestures. The most you will see is somebody going, cha, as in, get away.
This is quite common. This is like if someone does this to you in India, this means namaste, greetings, welcoming.
Gestures, I would find handshaking is the most common one that we do when you meet someone. But actually now we've adopted the European gesture of kissing on the cheek when you meet somebody for the first time.
So, there are different gestures for greetings, such as the Maori one. And the Indian greeting, namaste.
Namaste. Right, now it's time to watch That's Britain.
Today, Alex visits Chester, which is famous for its historical buildings and its Roman roots or origins.
You'll hear the word fortress.
And you'll also hear the town crier making public proclamations. And you'll see the stocks where they used to put the drunkards.
As you watch, answer this question. What are the main places to visit in Chester?
Hello, today I'm in the historic city of Chester, close to the border of Wales. Chester was founded by the Romans as a fort in 79 AD, and there are still many signs here of its Roman past. I'm standing in the city centre on Eastgate Street, under the Eastgate clock. This is the site of the original entrance to the old Roman fortress of Diwa. This is Chester Cross, a popular meeting point in the city. This is the place where the town crier makes his proclamations.
The Normans gave us the castle.
David, what is a town crier?
Well, a town crier is somebody who makes announcements. They were very important before newspapers because there were no other way of getting the news out to the people other than having someone with a loud voice standing in the middle of the city crying out the news of the day.
How long have town criers existed?
As long as there have been towns. You can find a town crier in the Old Testament, so that's more than 2,000 years.
Wow, that's really old. So how difficult is it to ring that bell?
Well, it took me 3 years to learn, but I'm a fast learner.
And what's that?
Well, these are the stocks. These historically were used for detaining drunkards.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But today I use them for detaining ladies who have been spending too much money in the shops, as I suspect you have been.
David, thank you.
My pleasure.
Built on the banks of the River Dee, Chester has some amazing historical buildings and attractions, including Chester Cathedral, the Town Hall, and the Rose. The Rose are medieval wooden buildings. They are two-storey shopping galleries with a covered walkway and are completely unique to Chester.
I've come to Chester's amphitheatre to learn more about the city's Roman roots, and I'm here with Gaius from the Diwa Roman Experience. Gaius, what can you tell us about the city's origins?
Well, Chester is its modern name, but 2,000 years ago, when it was a Roman fortress, it was called Diwa. It was built here by the Roman army, and it was actually the largest fortress in the empire.
Well, Gaius, thank you.
These are Chester's walls. Chester is the only city in Britain that still maintains the full circuit of its ancient walls. Now I have to go and see the town crier again.
Oh, yay! I am sorry to announce that our presenter, Alex, has been charged with excessive and persistent shopping.
Your legs in there, please, my lady. Thank you.
I'm going to be here for some time, so I'll see you next time in the Lake District.
So, Alex was put in the stocks because she'd done too much shopping.
Well, did you get the answer to the question? What are the main places to visit in Chester?
The main places to visit in Chester are the Clock, the shopping streets called the Rose, the Cathedral, the Town Hall, the Roman Amphitheatre, and the city walls.
And 2,000 years ago, Chester, or Diwa, as it was called then, was the largest fortress in the Roman Empire.
What an interesting place Chester is. Anyway, that's all we've got time for. I hope you enjoyed the programme.
We look forward to seeing you again soon.